The Kingpin has gone into hiding and a new mastermind is looking to take over. The Schemer. Living up to his name, he executes a scheme where his men attack a lorry belonging to the Kingpin. They want him to know about the aforementioned Schemer taking over. The gang war in the streets is stopped by Spidey, swinging down to take photos and knock heads together. But this is only the beginning. We're reading every Spider-Man ever, and this is the Amazing Spider-Man issue 83, The Schemer. As Peter Parker walks away from the fight, he remembers the last time that he fought the Kingpin, when the gang leader was driven to safety by a mysterious car driven by a woman. Imagine, laughs Peter, if that was his wife. Could you imagine the Kingpin having a wife? Well, it turns out that he does, and she's called Vanessa, and she's mad. Because the Kingpin had told her that their son was remaining at college in Europe, when in fact he was missing in the Alps after an accident, presumed dead, seen despondent before he went missing. But his son can't be dead, yells Kingpin. No son of the Kingpin would be sad, or dead. Meanwhile, at the Bugle, Jonah isn't interested in Spidey fighting random henchmen, and he pays Peter very little for his photographs. But Peter takes what he can get. He needs the money to pay for his aunt's medical bills, and he desperately wants to treat Gwen on her birthday. Why is he such a washout when it comes to money? And elsewhere, the Schemer has convinced one of the Kingpin's men to give up everything that he knows about the Kingpin's operations. The man is happy to help. It's not like the Kingpin has been there for them recently. Back with Peter, and he's with Gwen, MJ and Harry, seeing Flash Thompson off at the airport. MJ gives Flash a big kiss to wish him luck in the army, and Gwen, not to be outdone, offers the same. Flash is floating on air as he re-enlists. A little later, Peter is walking with Gwen and he's ready to talk to her, to tell her his secret identity. But before he can find the words, his spider sense goes off and he pushes Gwen to safety as a truck is sideswiped by a car and careens towards them. Gwen is knocked out and Peter holds the truck up, keeping them both safe. He can't use his powers, not with people around, but he's able to wedge a parking meter under the truck before tagging the car with a spider tracer. Medics arrive on the scene and cart Gwen away, with Peter joining her in the ambulance to worry. When she's safe at the hospital and stable, Peter leaves, swinging through the city as Spider-Man, desperate to find the people responsible. Spider-Man finds the car and follows it back to the Schemer's office, smashing through the window to confront the new villain. He quickly dispatches the Schemer's men, dodges gunfire and disables guns before leaping for the Schemer, who is sitting behind a desk. But the Schemer has schemes, and one scheme is that the light above his desk is actually a hydraulic press that crushes Spidey. But Spider-Man pushes back, gets enough counter pressure to be able to push through the plaster and into the intricate wires which explode. I'm not entirely sure why, but in the mess and explosion, the Schemer has escaped. With payback paid to the people responsible for Gwen, Peter races to the hospital as it begins to snow. He's jokey and flirty when he arrives, but Gwen is as cold as the weather outside. How could he claim to love her when he stayed away for so long? She tells him to leave, and Peter does, as George Stacy reassures him that she'll probably see things differently in the morning. But rejected, Peter heads out into the snow, feeling cold and like his life has reached a turning point. Thanks for watching and joining me on this journey to read every Spider-Man comic ever. If you want to support the channel, you can like or subscribe, or you can get early and exclusive episodes on Patreon or by joining the channel. Next week, it's Spidey versus the Silver Surfer. But until that issue, here's a fun fact about this one. Peter recalls his last issue with the Kingpin, when the Kingpin was driven away by his wife. But in 2001, a story was released that revealed that there was an encounter between the two, but it was wiped from everyone's memories because comics, and specifically because of the Century.